Okay, good morning. Today is Thursday, May 28th. Welcome back to class. It's good to see you all. I just got done watching the videos that have been submitted so far, and it was just such exciting work. And I've convinced myself that it was a mistake not to have them posted publicly for everybody else to see. I really wish you could see how the work is affecting your cohort and the huge changes that happen between watching a person just make a sandwich, which is totally boring. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. And then watching a person make a sandwich, change a light bulb, wash the dishes with something that's bothering them, something that's affecting them. That's interesting. Um, anyway, I loved it. And next time I do this class, actually I'm teaching this class in the fall online, and I'm going to have those videos posted. So I've convinced myself. You've convinced me because your work was really good. Just a little bit of housekeeping. When I go through and watch your performances, where I give you a grade, where I assign points for the grade for the assignment submitted, I also give you notes. I don't really know what that looks like on your end on Canvas, but there's got to be a way for you to go and see my personal notes, my specific notes to you personally. So make sure that you're going through and reading those. That's where you're going to find my suggestions of things that you might try next, things that are holding you back, that kind of thing. That's how I'm going to communicate with you directly and specifically about the work. All of that. I did want to mention that it seemed to me that most of you were 100 times more comfortable in front of a camera. Somebody mentioned that the more takes they did, kind of the more relaxed they got. The brain is a funny thing, and there's something about performance that sends us into fight or flight, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, that they call it now. And our adrenaline just kicks in, drops into our heart, and then our physical body gets away from us. And our brains are so stupid, you guys, because you're not going to die. You're not in danger. There's no tiger that's going to jump out of the bushes. There's no cliff that you might be about to fall off of. You're safe. You're going to live. But for whatever reason, we feel like we're about to die. But the more you desensitize yourself to that, the more you kind of do a take and it goes just fine and the world didn't crash around you, the easier this is going to get. So it's really nice to watch those nerves settle. I also want to mention one of the things that I wish you guys could see in each other's work is that when you are inside of your imagination, when you have connected to a story, something that's on your mind, coupled with a task that you have to get done right now in this moment. A coworker just called and begged me to go into work, and I don't want to go into work, but I have to get all of these things into my bag. I have to find all of these things. So the story that's vivid in your mind, connected to a task, something that you're actually doing, turns off that part of your brain that's like, what do they think of me? What do they think of my hair? Am I stupid? Does this look stupid? And your nerves kind of subside, and it's so delicious to watch. The storytelling becomes so clear. Delaney, one of your cohorts, mentioned something. I'm stealing it from you, Delaney, because I want you all to steal it. One of the things that Delaney noticed for herself and her own process was that the more specific she got about what the text said, who it was coming from, what it meant, the more specific that got for her, the easier it was to actually respond. Ding, 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 class is over, that's acting. Inviting your imagination to the game, using a really, really vivid image, a really vivid scenario in your mind. I told you this is weird, you guys. Acting is weird. Being specific, being vivid, is going to elicit a response. Remember, emotion is a physical response. And if you pretend that you're actually doing, if you do what you're actually doing, blah, 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 your emotions are going to respond. What happens is what I call a lean forward moment, okay? And this is what happened in your videos. You all came on camera and something just happened and it is affecting you right now. And because something's going on in your mind, one of you performed and there's, oh, I forget your name, I'm really embarrassed, but you were changing a light bulb and you just had the smallest smirk on your face. And I don't know what that smirk is about. I don't know why you're so pleased or excited, but because it's actually happening for you, I want to know what you might be about to say. I call that a lean forward moment for the audience. I'm just watching your every move. There's something going on in their head. They're planning something. They're about to do something. If it's vivid in your own imagination and it's specific for you, me as the audience, I'm going to key into it. I'm going to hook into it right away. I want to know what you're about to say. I'm going to hang on your every word. Beautiful work. It was fantastic. Okay, what the hell does any of this have to do with performing the monologue? You've made up these scenarios. You've improv some stuff. Here's what it has to do. Here's today's task for you, okay? So, I've already had you answer the 9 questions, so you can go back and draw from those 9 questions to do some of this. What we're going to do today is what we call table work. So this is about sitting down with your script in front of you. You will get up on your feet and rehearse some stuff because you won't know if something works until it's up on its feet and you try it. And if it works, it works. If it fails, it fails. You cannot intellectualize all of this stuff. The thinking and the process only gets you so far. Remember I mentioned Stanislavski yesterday. Stanislavski's Moscow Theater, they rehearsed for a year, and for 6 months they sat around the table talking about the play. Shoot me, please. When I'm a director, when I'm in a room with actors and they say to me, you know, I think right here in this moment, what they're actually saying is this, and what they actually want is this. I say, no, stop telling me, show me. Show me what it looks like. Get it up on its feet and try it. That's the only way we're going to know if it works, okay? So what we're doing today is a combination of table work, sitting down with your script in front of you, and trying things out, getting up on your feet and trying some of your ideas. Try a million things, okay? So the first thing that you need to do is get really specific with your given circumstance. So your given circumstance, your GC, I have a master's degree, I promise. Your GC is where you are. I'm in my office. It's about 75 degrees. It's morning, so the sun's coming in from the east. It's a little bit cluttered in here because my kids hang out in here too often. Somebody's doing dishes in the kitchen right now. I can hear that. Really specific about your location. Where are you? Okay. Also getting really specific about who you're talking to. Remember, we're going to steal that idea from Delaney, that it's when it was really specific for her, who she was talking to and the story behind what the text message from them said and meant, that's when she came alive and connected to it. So who am I talking to? Okay, here's where we're going to try a little bit of the method stuff, okay? We're going to do a little bit of substitution. So let's say in my monologue, I have to break up with somebody, okay? And I'm going to do some an analysis of the monologue. And maybe in this breakup, I'm breaking up with somebody that I'm actually totally madly in love with, and I don't want to break up with them. Maybe I'll use my husband in my imagination. Maybe I'll use my child because I love my child and I'm connected and I would hate to send them away. It would tear me up to send them away. It doesn't have to be a one-for-one. You don't have to go into the dark recesses of your past. I'm not going to conjure up an old boyfriend that's going to re-break my heart today. I don't have time for that mess, okay? But I might substitute somebody who's going to elicit a strong response in me. I'm safe with my husband. We have a good, strong, solid relationship, so I can be vulnerable and I can watch the heartbreak on his face in my imagination, and it's going to elicit something. Okay. What if I'm breaking up with somebody who's awful for me and I can't wait to get rid of them? And it's not breaking my heart. I just want to get rid of you. Maybe I'll substitute that boss that I quit my job and I was able to say what I wanted to say before I left and I didn't care because I was ready to go. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to substitute. I'm going to be really specific. Not only is it my boss, but I'm going to remember what he was wearing that day. I'm going to remember that stupid smile on his face, all of that business. Really specific who you're talking to. I want a description of who you're talking to. Okay, now here's what you're actually going to film and submit today. I want to see written all over your face and your physicality the moment before your dialogue starts, okay? And this is where you need to go back and watch the whole movie, read the whole script, whatever. I need to know exactly what you're responding to. So maybe I'm meeting with this person that I have to break up with, and I've got my boss there and my old boss there in my imagination, and they say to me something awful that hurts my feelings, but I'm ready to break up with them. I need to hear, when I record my monologue, I'm going to show that moment before I even begin to speak. So I'm going to put my boss right here on my camera lens, not right here, but right here in my camera lens so that you get my eyes. And I'm going to use my imagination to hear those words coming out of his mouth, something awful that he says to me, whatever the dialogue actually is. And I'm going to let it land. I'm going to let it hit me and affect me. And then I'm going to speak. I need to see your moment before. Okay, here's the other thing that I need to see in your monologue that you're going to record today. This isn't the one this is just a test run, right? I'll get to that. I want to see the event. I want to see a moment where everything changes. The temperature of the monologue changes. There might be more than one. This is table work. You need to go and do that analysis. Something happens. You think of something that you wish you want to say next. Somebody, the person who you're talking to, smirks at you and you say, you know what, never mind, I'm not going to be nice. I'm going to take this tactic, right? I need to see an event like the way you practice with the text message, okay? And I want you to journal about the analysis of the event. Okay, to clarify, because I only have 15 minutes on these YouTube videos unless I pay extra money, and I'm not doing that. Okay, so today's task, week 3, task 3. You are going to record the first few moments of your monologue. You don't need to go through all of it. What I want to see is the moment before. I want to see what you bring onto camera. I want to see what has just happened and how it's affecting you before you even begin to speak. I need to see something going on behind your eyes so that I, as an audience member, lean forward, right? What are they about to say? Something's happening. What are they going to do? What are they going to say? I need to see that moment before. I need a journal entry about your GC, your given circumstances. Be really specific about where you are, and be really specific about who you're talking to. And you might substitute somebody in your own life for who you're actually talking to in the script. I hope that's clear. You're going to rehearse it a million different ways. One of the notes that one of you got from me is that I would have asked you to choose 2 more conflicting temperatures. So the scene started at a little bit annoyed, and then they got a little more annoyed. I would have started this scene as whatever, more conflicting, not just a little bit of a varying degree of the same emotion. And again, we're trying things that may not work. It may not suit the monologue. That's okay. We're just messing around, right? Okay. In a one short blip, you're going to write a journal entry with your specific given circumstances, who, what, where, why, where you are, what time of day, all of that business, who you're talking to in the script, and then also who you're going to use as a really specific substitute. I don't need any nitty-gritty details. You can just tell me what you think I need to know to understand who you're using. And I want an analysis of the event, the moment in the monologue where something changes and you've got to try something new. You've got to go in a different direction. It affects the way you're feeling and thinking, and something new comes out of you. Then you're going to post, I don't know, maybe the first 45 seconds, maybe the first 30 seconds of your monologue. Okay? For this exercise, if you need to have the monologue or the script in your hand because you're not quite memorized, that's fine. Just make sure you're not doing this. Make sure it's maybe off camera, or that you're only looking at it to get the next line. You're not stuck in it reading. Okay. Stakes are low. Mess around. I love seeing what you guys are producing. Have fun with this one. See you tomorrow morning.